As of Friday, July 11th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, what seems to be going on. We are still looking. I'm going to be upfront looking into the details of this, but I will keep you updated on what I hear. Now, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ashley Brianna Eve. I have over 15 years of experience in branding, marketing, and PR. I also am an astrologer and I love human design. So we look at both like the logical aspects of building a brand here, as well as the more what you might call woo aspects of building a personal brand. And I take you behind the headlines of some of the trending pop culture stories so you can see kind of the branding, marketing, and narrative control moves that are going on behind the scenes. Now, what I noticed from Google was the email header, and it has an internal reference number there. It says google-legal-support@google.com. When I open it up here, it does say mailed by cases outbound-prod.bounces.google.com. Now, interestingly enough, I was able to find some Google searches on that, and a lot of people not a lot, there's a handful of searches around that email to see if it was legit. And from what I can find is that even if it was like a mistake reach out, it was actually Google that had reached out to them. I'll pull it up, but it seems to track. But sometimes very advanced phishing scams track. So when you go into the email, it has the header for Google or the logo, which is common for official emails. You're going to have the logo. Hello, Google has received a subpoena for information related to your Google account in a case entitled Blake Lively al. versus Wayfair Studios LLC al. United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. This email serves as a notice to you that Google may produce information related to your Google account in response to the subpoena unless you email a file stamped copy of a motion to quash to google-legal-support@google.com by 10 a.m. Pacific time on July 31st, 2025. To make sure that we receive a copy of what you filed with the court, please attach it to this in a reply to this email. Please also include in your reply our Google internal reference number. Google, however, cannot give you legal advice about this matter or advise you on what to do here. If you have questions about the subpoena, you can contact an attorney or contact the party or the lawyer who served the subpoena on Google at. And it has Ezra Hudson's information there. Regards, Google Legal Investment or Investigation Support. Google internal reference number has it there. And then at the very bottom, the Google logo again. You received this announcement to update you about important information in regards to your Google account. Copyright 2019, Google LLC 1600, and it has the address, which is a legit email marketing thing. You include the address. So overall, it looks legit. I'm going to pull up as well so you can see what the phishing emails look like. And a lot of people are concerned about this link here. I haven't clicked it. I'm not going to click it. I'm not clicking it. And that link to me isn't a red flag necessarily, because if I send you an email right now and I say, can you please, let me know in 48 hours your response to this email and email me at ashley@gmail.com. It's going to hyperlink like that. So what ends up happening is if I click, not going to click on this one, but if I had sent this email and you click on it, it's going to populate an email for you so you don't have to copy paste. So that to me isn't an immediate red flag. I'm still not going to click it, but it's not an immediate red flag to me. Now let's go over. I'm going to show you the phishing scam that's going around for Google subpoenas, which seems like such a weird ass scam to do. All right. So when you look at any articles that show you how to identify phishing scams, this is one that comes up. And this is the email that was going around. Now, it did have the Google logo. It says a subpoena was served on Google LLC requiring us to produce a copy of your Google account content, Google support reference number. So it did provide a reference number, transfer to legal investigations support, Google support case, and it gives you a link, which looks, I suppose, legit enough. This notice is to alert you that a subpoena was issued to Google LLC by law enforcement that seeks retrieval of information contained in your Google account. To examine the case materials or take measures to submit a protest, please do so in the provided Google support case. So there's similarities. There are definitely similarities to it. Could someone have been more sophisticated and put it in, because you can go into Google and have it so the link, so if I want to attach a link for example, I'm sending a new client a link to my schedule. I can say click here. And so you're reading click here, but if you click on it, it's going to pull you up because the link's embedded in it. It's going to pull you up to my Calendly schedule. So it is possible that someone was more savvy, and instead of having this more sketchy ass link, they put it as what appears to be a Google email link. That is very possible. But this is the one that's been going around. And here's my thoughts on this overall. If it is fake, my opinions only, not making accusations about this, my opinions only, it feels like it has to be connected to them in some way. Whether it's a certain someone that, has done media manipulation in the past that's on her PR crisis team, whether it's like a crazy ass person, I don't know, there's crazy ass people, a certain patriarch. There's crazy people, right? Whether it's her team and, maybe they're trying to distract before something drops, they're trying to make people scared so they stop reporting on it, or it's just someone in her case or someone that has followed her, someone that supports her, very similar to what Steve Sarowitz got, right? He got that weird ass message basically threatening to kidnap his daughter if he didn't pay. So it could also be something like that. And right off the bat, it doesn't come across as this. This is not the same. This is the phishing scam that has been going around and is a known one not through Google, but pretending they're Google. Now, the other thing for me that was really interesting is it's only content creators, and it talks about the Blake Lively case. Again, that's why it feels as though it's got to be someone connected to her in some way. Even just, like I said, even just a fan, even just a supporter that's pissed at content creators, that is trying to scare content creators, because it has the case. It has the information in regards to the case. So that felt really weird for me. And it's much more specific than this, which is just like, oh yeah, law enforcement is subpoenaing your information. Now, hopefully I'll have more information as the day goes on what's going on. I did, and I'll pull it up on my Instagram stories. I did contact Google support and they said it's legit. Andy from Popcorn Planet, I believe, contacted YouTube creator support and they said, no, it's a scam. So I'm trying to escalate it. Other creators are trying to escalate it as well to figure out what's actually going on. But I did have a conversation with Google support and they said, no, those emails are legit. It looks legit. Now, could they have also been fooled because it's so legit looking? Yeah, I imagine so. So I did search. Remember what I said in that email that technically who it was mailed by was cases-outbound-prod.bounces.google.com. So I Googled that and I found this person right here. And it's on support.google.com. And this person said suspicious emails from Google. And it was that same cases.google.com. And when you scroll down, this person says Google have come back or has come back. This message relates to any interaction you may have had with Google, such as Google Play. Ring a bell at all? And then there's a reference number here, which I'm not going to click. And someone says, I got the same email this evening without ever contacting support. Someone else says, I just got the same email, even though I've never contacted Google support for anything, not even for YouTube. What the heck is going on? So again, it just raises more questions to me than answers any questions, because no matter what I look for within this email, it seems to also be conflicting email that I find. Because there's another one. I got an email saying that my request to have my account disabled is being reviewed. And it's from the same email. It has the same address on it. And there was no the resolution here. I can't find anything that says what went wrong or what went on with this. Actually, what did the last one say? I'd say someone just used the wrong contact address. Ignore it. Yeah, there's no resolution to this. Now, this is the message I got when I was speaking to support. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. This person says, and this was going through my Gmail account and my Gmail workplace. I confirmed that the email you received was from Google. I said, "Oh, really?" So there's an open case and that reference number is legit. And this person with support said, "According to the email that you received, someone has requested to access the details of your account." Yes, that's right. So again, I don't really have a great answer on what's going on with this at this point. There's still a lot up in the air because, again, Andy Signor was told that it wasn't legit. But like I said, if it's not, it's got to be someone in her camp because it's so specific and to specific creators. It just seems too specific to be random, if you ask me, at the end of the day. But I will keep you guys posted on this. I don't really have much more to say in regards to it at this point. We'll see what happens. I mean, Blake's proven that she has no problem going after creators. We do know that in Andy Signor and Candace Owens have both been served with subpoenas. Perez Hilton was also mentioned in that. He says he hasn't been yet. I don't know. Is it because they're not trying to? They don't know where he is. Maybe they don't know his address. I don't know. There's many reasons on why he might have been mentioned in the TMZ article, but hasn't received one yet. But Blake's definitely proven that she has no problem going after creators. And the reality is, to me, I feel this sets a dangerous precedence because what happens when you, whether this is real or if it's just someone from that camp, even just like a deranged fan that has done this, what happens when you start silencing content creators, when you start taking away freedom of speech, where you're not allowed to say anything out of fear of multimillionaires coming for you? And that to me is worrisome more than anything else, because what's going to happen is content creators that don't want the stress, content creators that don't want the legal fees of potentially being dragged into lawsuits aren't going to say anything at all. And then we're just right back to the only source of information being legacy media. And the interesting point for me is it's not as though, because if you want content taken down or someone's account goes against community standards, you can have it removed. You can have a video removed. You can have a video taken down. But no one's that I know of has received anything of that. No one's received a cease and desist, being told to stop talking about the case. And so I almost wonder if it is her camp and this is actually legit. Part of me is wondering was this all the game of letting content creators go on because they're so convinced? And again, I don't know if this is true. It's just me thinking out loud. So convinced that there is a smear campaign that they figure, well, we'll just let them keep going and then we'll subpoena all them and prove that, it's true. And look at what they did. Look at all this shit they've been saying and look at all the stuff they've been posting. And all along it was paid. I don't know. I wouldn't even be surprised at this point. Although I should be careful what I say, because now people are saying, like, I'm worried that you're actually pro Blake and, I'm concerned you're giving her advice. Y'all, I'd be billing her if I was giving her advice on branding, marketing, PR. I think people get very confused between acknowledging good and bad moves in PR, good and bad moves in branding and marketing, and get confused around me applying my knowledge to what their next move might be and being pro someone or being on someone's team. It's so bizarre. But I would say there's if this is legit, Blake would not agree with you that I am being helpful to her case. Just say that. But I don't know. Is that what she's been doing? Letting creators go and being like, okay, I'm going to let them destroy my businesses, destroy my launches. Like, that is just I wouldn't even put anything past them, but that is just a wild approach. Continue to put all this content out and then I'm going to prove there was this massive smear campaign. We have just lost the plot. We are so far from the original plot. Wasn't this an SH case? I still want to see proof of the SH. And didn't Brian Friedman call her out for this in a recent legal document of, like, they're not even following through on what they have to do, like scheduling the depositions and sending over information because they're too busy chasing around content creators. So if this is legitimate, maybe they should be a little bit more concerned about their case than chasing around content creators, because I can guarantee you There's nothing they're going to find. In fact, those that have been following my channel from the beginning know that I was pro Blake in the beginning. And those that have been following my channel will know, just like I just said, I've had multiple times where pro Justin people have confused an objective professional viewpoint with being pro Blake because somehow those are the same thing, and come for me and try to cancel me because I'm actually pro Blake. It's just wild. So anyway, guys, I will keep you updated on what's going on with this. We'll see. And with that, let me know in the comments what you think is going on, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.